Why am I single? Why am I single? I know for a lot of us, that's a question that we ask ourselves. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Uncut and Unapologetic. We can have different reasons, right? And we might even justify our reasons. And I know for a lot of y'all gonna say it's by choice. I'm single because I don't want nobody. Everybody playing games. I'm just gonna be single forever. I feel it. And part of me actually agrees with you. Part of me actually wants to be like, yeah, team single for life. That's the way it's gonna be. But then there's another aspect of wanting that other person. We want to be with someone. The majority of us want to have somebody eventually, right? We want somebody to hold. We want somebody to grow old with. Who wants to die alone? But when you're asking those questions and you're actually deep diving, are you going to be prepared for the answer? Let's get into it. So I appreciate you guys for coming back for another episode of Uncut and Unapologetic. I'm your host, Nova, and I didn't do this in the first episode, so I'm going to do it now. This podcast was literally started because I wanted to be able to express myself more. I wanted to be able to talk about different topics that identify with who I am. Real life issues, man. Things that we go through on the daily. Me being a single person in the dating stage, being around a whole bunch of people who are married, dealing with relationships, dealing with trauma, dealing with grief, dealing with healing and that entire process, and all of the above. But why you're here, why you clicked on this today, is simple. You want to know, why are you single? So before I can even answer that question, we got to deep dive everything. And the first question you should ask yourself is, are you ready? Are you ready? Not do you want it, but are you ready? Do you still have baggage that you've yet to unpack? Are you still dealing with trauma from a past relationship? Do you have all these triggers that you have yet to express to other people? Are you the type of person that's just gonna go off? Have you healed? Or are you in the process of healing? Do you even have what it takes to be in a committed relationship? And when I say that, I'm serious. Like, do you have wandering eyes? Anytime a female walk by you, like, ooh, wee, damn, ooh, shit. Every time you see a dude, you looking at, seeing how his muscles is, oh, he tall, oh, he chocolate. If that's the case, then you might need to stay single for a little bit. Go ahead and, see what your options are. Enjoy yourself for a little while longer. But if you can get past that, and you can get past the aspects of lusting after every single person that might be cute, and we can get past that, now you're at a level where, okay, I think I'm getting close to being ready. Are you financially stable? Seriously. Do you have a job? I'm not playing, man. Relationships aren't cheap. Part of a relationship is building with that person. Part of a relationship is bonding. Part of a relationship is making sure that your partner is okay and they can lean on you, and vice versa, right? So if you don't have any type of income, then what are you going to bring to that aspect of building? You just going to watch them build everything and then you going to live comfortably? Nah, man. Let's make sure this is a partnership at the end of the day. However y'all play it, at least have something to bring to the table when it comes to finances. Now that we passed the job aspect, are you mentally stable? You a little throw it off, huh? Seriously, have you done the shadow work? Have you went to therapy? Have you counseled with your pastor? Whatever you do, have you been doing that to make sure your mental is all right? Some of y'all be 5150, yo, and they ain't even telling nobody. That representative just showing up to that date. You looking good, you smelling good, and you're out of your mind. So let's get that mental aspect together. Let's check on our mental health. Make sure we're all right in that aspect before we try to go pursue somebody. Because all you're going to do is start something toxic. All you're going to do is tear them apart with all your ideologies and everything that's going on in your head. There's a few more aspects, and we can go deeper. We can talk about spiritually. Are you connected? Whatever you believe. I believe in God. So are you spiritually connected? Do you need some help in that aspect? You got to make sure that, you guys, y'all beliefs kind of line up a little bit. That way it could be okay. So when you guys decide to, whether it's prayer or meditation or whatever you choose, make sure y'all going to be good in that aspect and y'all not arguing 24/7 about something that should be beautiful. We're just trying to make sure we're prepared to be in a relationship before we even start looking for a relationship. Do you have emotional maturity? Are you prepared to have those deep conversations and those tough conversations? It's going to be some trials and tribulations that's going to happen. You're going to have your peaks and your valleys. Are you prepared for that? Are you a loyal person to begin with? Are you a faithful person? Are you committed in this? Do you want this for a lifetime, or are you just trying to be with somebody because you bored? Don't forget, that's something. A lot of people get in this relationship just because they bored. It's something to do. I just want somebody to lay with at night. Or it's getting hot. I want to take trips with somebody. Make sure your intentions are pure. Now we can start talking about specifically why. Why are you single? Yeah, people be playing games, right? You don't want to get into a relationship because you feel like everybody is full of shit. Everybody just be playing games. And you're right. There are tons of people that play games out here. There's so many people that'll sell you a dream, baby, and you be living a whole nightmare. But it's about watching them, letting them grow before you jump into anything. See what they're about. Don't ignore the red flags, man. Just because something looks good don't mean it's good for you. Remember that. Because a lot of times we go after what we want. And that's a mistake I used to make. I used to go after women that I wanted, and I would look past all the red flags. I mean, I was literally living in a whole circus, flags all around, but she looked good. That's not the way to be. What you need to do is start dating people who like you more than you like them. Make sure you like them though, because if you don't like them, then you're just using them. And we don't want to do that. Don't be using nobody, man. But make sure that person is interested in you way more than you are with them. You know why? Because if they like you more, they're going to do more for you. It's really a good thing, man. Those are the type of people that have your back no matter what. Those are the type of people that be there for you when times get hard, because they going to look past, the outward appearance. Those are the type that's going to really get to know you, and they going to fuck with you the long way. So do yourself a favor. Don't fall in love with the heartbreak. Be careful. Just let it happen. And it doesn't mean you don't want them. I want to make that clear. It doesn't mean you don't want the other person. Just make sure they want you more. Let's get back to it. Do you have baby mama drama, baby daddy drama? Are you still in love with your ex? These are things you got to ask yourself. Do you have some people locked in your phone that you only call because you bored? You still got a plan B, C, all the way to Z. If you still dating multiple, which I don't see nothing wrong with it, but if you're still dating multiple, it's not a good time to be getting into no relationship, because you're in the habit of dating multiple people. You haven't gotten into the habit of being exclusive with anyone yet. So you need to fall back on other people before you can push forward into just one. So make sure you do that first before you get into a relationship. And we all know the dating scene is trash. This dating scene is garbage, right? The dating pool has a whole bunch of pee in it and other things I can't talk about on this podcast. Okay? We know this, but there are some genuine people out there that will be there for you, that will love and take care of you and, do what's right. But you have to make sure that you're available when it does happen. Do you go places for people to even meet you? Are you going to, different events? I wouldn't say the club. Everybody does the club. It's kind of outdated. But different events, different stores, the gym, the library, right? Bookstores, all different type of little brunches and stuff like that. Are you being out and being seen in those environments to where single people can see you? Or are you just stuck in your house? And I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty. The only time I really get out is when I'm with large groups. I'm either with family or my close friends. That's it. I don't do much solo, so it's really hard to catch me by myself. And then I must admit too, my family consists of a lot of women. So if you don't know me, you might think, hey, oh, she's already coupled up. She's already with somebody. She already had somebody, right? Nah. Those are just my peoples. Probably one of my sisters or one of my close friends. That's it. But at the same time, you have to make sure that even when you're out in large groups, you still have a sense of yourself. You're by yourself. You're not hugged up with someone. You're not to the naked eye. It doesn't look like you guys are in a full-blown relationship, right? I know this sounds a little tricky, but just try to make sure you're keeping a little bit of distance for onlookers. And the reason why I say that, because you never know who's watching you. You never know who is attracted to you. And if you're not coming off as being single, then it's going to be difficult for people to approach you. And then when you do get approached, how are you reacting? Somebody approach you, they not your type, you, ugh. Are you doing that? There's better ways. And somebody else who was interested in you could have just saw how you curved the last person. They like, dang, she rude as shit. I'm good. Instead of you smiling, being polite and saying, no, thank you, it still leaves that open opportunity for the next person to go, they just wasn't her type. You see the difference? Okay, I can still shoot my shot. That just wasn't her speed, right? Don't come off so rah rah. If you want a relationship, right? If you want to meet someone, it's okay. And it may not pan out to be anything. And that's all right too. All you doing right now is just vibing. You just vibe until that special person comes your way. But that special person is not going to knock on your door one day and say, hey, I know you don't know me. I'm a complete stranger, but you're my wife. Yeah, you probably going to call the police. Or you might have something else for them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be easy with certain things. So you have to remember, try to get out there. You don't have to do it too much. You don't have to go out of your element. You don't have to be out every other night, to the point where you're getting tired and it's starting to be a hassle, a burden, more than just something fun to do. But yeah, it's okay. Step out every now and then. Let people know that you are available, even if you're not actively seeking anyone. It's okay to be single and not looking. You're still single. People still know you're single. It's still okay for them to approach, even if you deny. Just deny in a cool way, right? And then eventually, that person that does approach might spark your attention, might get your eye, right? That's the traditional way. Then there's another way that we all know about, and that's social media. Social media, I don't care what platform you're on, social media has become an underlining dating app. Depending on who that person is that gets your attention, you can spark up conversations. Like Yo Gotti said, it goes down in the DMs. Send somebody a message. If they feeling you or they feeling your content or whatever the case may be, they may respond back and you can spark up something like that. But just keep in mind, when it comes to social media, there's a lot of fakes and phonies. People might not look the same in person, or people entire personality is completely different than what's on social media or what they allow people to see. And that could be a good or a negative thing. So keep that in mind. Don't think just because you see somebody and this is how they are on social media that this is how they are completely. There's levels to everything. And a lot of people only allow you to see what they want you to see. So keep that in mind as well. Doesn't make them fake. It's just people like their privacy. This is the internet. So you have to allow people to be them however they want to be behind that camera or in front of that camera, however. So keep that in mind too. When you link with them, just still, even if you like them a lot, play it cool. Be easy. Remember, like I said before, people will sell you a dream and you'll be living an entire nightmare. So take your time. Relationships in general are not all cracked up to what we want them to be. You know, we see relationship goals all the time. Oh my God, their relationship is so perfect. I want to be just like them. Oh, they love each other. And these people be behind closed doors busting each other teeth out. You know what I'm saying? So you have to remember that as well. Don't compare your relationship. Don't compare your situation to someone else and crave that. See what works for you. Go for what works for you. There is genuine love still out there. There is true happiness. But what I always tell people, man, start a friendship. Don't just jump into no relationship. The reason why I'm single, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's because I am still working on me. It is because I want to be the best version of me I can possibly be without you. Because once I meet you, I'm giving you the best version of myself that I can be at this very moment. And hopefully you're doing the same. Hopefully you're working on you. You're building yourself up. So when we do interact and we do link, we are bringing so much to the table. It's a bonded that we win. You know, it's apparent that we win. It's the most beautiful thing ever. Two relationships in one. And the reason why I say two relationships in one is because I'm in a relationship with myself first before I'm in a relationship with you. I want to make sure that I'm taking care of me. I want to make sure that I am my own peace. So I don't have to use you to validate my peace. I don't need you to be my peace because I'm already that. And that's how I want my woman to be. I don't need her to I don't need her to feel like I have to validate her every move. I have to tell her she's beautiful. She knows she's beautiful. Me saying it only makes it feel good. It only makes her feel like, thank you. You're recognizing my beauty. You're recognizing my hustle. You're recognizing that I'm a good woman. You're recognizing these different things about myself. I want to make sure that I'm not seeking validation from other people. So that's why I decided to remain single. That's why I decided to work on Nova first. So that way, once my better half comes along, yeah, we pushing, right? And that's what it's all about. It's all about being the best you can possibly be. You got to be careful when you're dealing with people who are broken, who are damaged, people who they just need somebody. I don't want you to need me. Nah. I want you to want me. Need love from yourself, but want it from me. And we're going to talk more about dating damaged people, dating broken people. Are you a healer? We'll talk about that on the next episode. Hey, y'all be cool, man. Peace.